Assalamualaikum viewers. Today we will start with the topic of objectives in technical writing, which is taken from the book of Sharon J. and Gerson and Stephen M. Gerson. Objectives in technical writing, it should be clear, concise, accurate, organized, and ethical. So what do you mean by clarity? Technical writing must be clearly worded and developed to avoid confusing its audience. To make your documents clear, provide specific detail, answer the reporter's questions, use easily understandable words, avoid obscure words, using acronyms and abbreviations and jargons, use verbs in the active voice. Provide specific detail, supply specified, quantified information, avoid vague words, and answer reporters' questions that are who, what, where, when, why, and how. Use easily understandable words. Use easily understood words. Write to express, not to impress. Write to communicate, not to confuse. For example, instead of aforementioned, you can write already discussed, and in lay above, you can write instead of. Limit and or define your use of abbreviations, acronym and jargons. Define your terms parenthetically. As example is given, CS means you can write in parentheses code switching, because CS can also one can assume by CS is computer science, so you must mention it in the parentheses. Or supply a separate glossary, alphabetized list of terms followed by their definitions. Use the active voices instead of passive voice. Passive, for example, in passive voice it was decided all employees will take a 10% cut in pay, which is unclear. Who decided? So use active voice. The board of directors decided that all employees will take 10% cut in pay. Another example is overtime is favored by hourly workers. So too much lengthy sentence. So in active, hourly workers favor overtime. Conciseness, providing detail in fewer words. Conciseness is important for three reasons. It saves time, it adds clarity, and technology demands conciseness. For hard copy, it should be 50 lines and 70 to 80 characters per line. In email, 20 lines, 60 to 70 characters per line. And PDF screen, 10 to 15 lines, 30 to 35 characters per line. And in cell phone screen, 4 to 6 lines and 10 to 15 characters per line. To save time, conform the dictated size and format to achieve this. Limit paragraph length, limit word and sentence length, avoid a high fog index, use meat cleaver method of revision, avoid shun words, avoid camouflage words, avoid the expletive pattern, omit redundancies, and avoid body phrases. Let's have study this all terms in detail. So, how to limit paragraph length? A paragraph in a memo letter or short report should consist of not more than 4 to 6 typed lines or no more than 50 words. Fog index, strike for an average of 15 words per sentence, no more than 5 multi-syllabic words per 100 words. Use the meat cleaver theory of revision. Cut the sentence in half or thirds. Avoid shun words. It means avoid words ending in shun or shun. Came to the conclusion. You can also write concluded instead of this sentence, and avoid camouflage words. Make an amendment to. You can write just amend. Avoid the expletive pattern. There is, there are, there was, there will be. So it was, it is. There are 3 people who will work for Acme. So instead of this long sentence, you can just write 3 people will work for Acme. Omit redundancies. Instead of during the year of 1996, you can just write during 1996. Avoid wordy phrases. In order to purchase, you can write to purchase or to buy. So accuracy is very important. Grammatical and mechanical errors make writers look unprofessional and incompetent. To avoid grammatical errors, follow proofreading tips. Let someone else read it. Let someone else to read your document to find any mistakes. If there is any mistake, he will recognize it and will tell you. Let the document sit before proofreading. Read backwards. Read one line at a time. Read long words syllable by syllable. Use computer spell checks. Check figures, scientific and technical equations and abbreviations. Read it aloud. Try scattershot proofing and use a dictionary. Document should be organized. So it means methods for organization means spatial, chronological, importance, comparison, contrast, and problem solution. And it should be ethical. To be a responsible technical writer, check your actions against legal, practical, and ethical concerns. Follow strategies for making ethical decisions. Define the problem. Determine your audience. Maximize values and minimize problems. Consider the big picture and write your text. Thank you very much. This is all about technical writing in